Hello everyone and welcome to a brand new video and another episode of my F1 2009 My Team Career Mode. Here we are then for another race. This one is going to be round 7 at the Canadian Grand Prix. Now guys, if you're going to enjoy the video, like and subscribe for more of this content. You can see in the background we're going to change the difficulty and raise it a bit for this episode to 100. Now guys, if you haven't seen the last one, check it out. Link in the top right for the Monaco Grand Prix. Big spoiler warnings ahead, so go check it out. You've got about 3 seconds to click off the video before the video gets spoiled for you. So in the background you can see the activities we've done in between Monaco and Canada, which has a pretty big gap in between races. I'm also going to renew our sponsorship with Intel and keep them on board as a team sponsor. Now with that done, we had a failure for the engine power on the spark plug, so we're going to go ahead and repurchase that upgrade and get it back on the car. And following on from that, I had some cash left over and we're going to go ahead and spend that on a couple of areas, mainly fabrication, to basically unlock more upgrades for the aerodynamics and also for the chassis, which is going to help us out and really help, improve and push on development of these cars heading into the halfway stage of the season. Now with that done, we return to the R&D tree a few days later, now having unlocked those first major upgrades with those new fabrication level 1 specs, and we're going to go and purchase the final minor upgrade for the chassis to improve tyre wear, which has been a bit of an issue with the rear tyres especially for us, so that's going to help us out quite a fair bit, and that's going to arrive after this race weekend. Now another thing I want to do, which I forgot to do and it almost cost us in the last episode, was the gearbox. So we're going to change it right now and waste no more time with that very worn first unit. Now we arrive at Canada, and as you guys pointed out a few videos ago in the Zandvoort episode, this is actually a joke around because Canada was not on the real life 2009 calendar, so this is going to be a bit of a fantasy scenario this weekend. And also we have some rain to go with it in the race, which is the first time we're going to drive in those conditions, so that could be very interesting in this episode. For this one, McLaren have taken a big drop. In the last episode they were up there with the top 4 teams, and even though the graph shows they've improved, I think in an update they must have dropped back a little bit with a small adjustment. But yeah, McLaren have dropped back a little bit and we are just behind Renault and McLaren, almost the 5th best team. Now after winning the race last time out in Monaco, we picked up some massive points because Timo Glock DNF'd of course from the race lead as well, or from 2nd place should I say, and we got a really big haul over Toyota in both championships, and we lead simply because we've been consistent. We've been in the points every single race this season, and we've had I think a 1st, a 2nd, a 3rd, a 4th, a 6th and a 7th I think so far, so it's been very consistent and just kind of gradually improving and scoring points every race. Now practice went very smoothly, no dramas, no surprises, and we now jump into qualifying here at Canada. We're going to see what sort of pace we're looking at. Now the reason I'm running 100 AI is because we won the last race in Monaco, so we're going to raise it again, but also Canada historically is also one of those easier tracks compared to that EI to try and beat them, so I'm going to make things again a little bit harder for myself. I'm planning to run about 106, 107 give or take, maybe even 105 in the race, which is what we ran at Monaco. So yeah, here we are then, currently on our first timed lap, and we're going to set a benchmark of a 1:12.0 and we go P8, which wasn't too bad. It felt a little bit slow, not scruffy, just slow. I didn't really commit and carry enough speed in certain corners, and I felt like I didn't really take any risk. So on this second attempt, we're now going to start to really push the boundaries and try to find the limits of the track and the car. And already you can see out of turn 2, we're up by 1/10 and a half, and now nearly 2/10 heading into the 3-4 chicane. So already making up for lost time, and we're going to cross the first sector split 3/10 up and purple and quickest of everyone. So a good start to the lap. Making our way towards the end of sector 2, we find another 10th, and we're still purple in the second split as we're up by half a second, although we do lose a little bit of the apex, but we do pull it back on the exit, and eventually crossing the wall of champions, getting all crossed up there. We're going to improve by 7/10, but possibly could have gone a bit quicker without the snap. But we go P5, which was a real surprise and a really nice lap, to be fair. The best time so far is 1:10.5 from Jarno Trulli, so That gives you an idea of what the Toyotas, especially, who seem to be the class of the field in this career mode so far, can really do in this career mode. But anyway, final attempt. This is it, a minute to go, and we have cars leaving the pits, essentially cutting it very, very fine. And by that I mean Felipe Massa, who has just joined the track. So he's a little bit distracting, but he's not quite close enough to, give me dirty air or get in my way. I'm just hoping he moves aside very soon, because we're purple in Sector 1. On the exit of the chicane now, Massa finally is going to realise, but we're going to use him to get a bit of a tow, as we had a poor exit out of the chicane. Now he pulls aside and we can push on with our lap. We hit the chicane pretty nicely, get a bit of back end movement on the exit, which doesn't help, but we are up in both sectors so far. Into the hairpin, down to second gear, locking the right front quite badly, but we're going to try and get the power down, but we lose the back end, have multiple snaps, which is a shame because we did find some time there, but we're going to throw it all away. And essentially it's a make or break situation now, heading into the final chicane with the Wall of Champions. Break up the 50, throw the car in, and we just go a bit too aggressive on the curbing and pick up an invalidation, and we unfortunately don't have the lap count for us. It was an 11-0, and I reckon there was time there anyway because we had that snap on the second lap, but still, qualifying done, P9 for us, one of our better qualifyings of the season, if not the best besides Monaco. So very, very impressive pace, and Jarno truly looking ominous, super strong, 4 tenths clear of the next car. I believe P2 would have been possible, I think, without the hairpin mistake and also just having a valid final chicane. I probably could have shaved off those 3.5 tenths, give or take, but either way, it is what it is. It's a really close field and we're gonna have to fight for it. So P9 in qualifying, we now got rain in the race, so let's see how that pans out and let's see how that's going to affect things on Sunday.
Bonjour! It's time once again to go racing here in Montreal, the second largest French-speaking city in the world, and home since 1978 to the Canadian Grand Prix. It's a tricky circuit to tackle in wet conditions, with top speed still of critical importance down the long back straight. There are 2.7 miles and 14 corners overall on a circuit that in the dry can see average lap speeds of around 130 miles per hour. We'll be lucky to get anywhere near that today. Anthony Davidson also joins me in the commentary box today. Let's talk about Martinez. What do you make of their performance so far this season?
They've been avoiding mistakes and have had solid pace, so it's been a good season so far, but whether they can keep that up long term remains to be seen.
Right, here we go then. Time for the race at Canada. Decent qualifying, and we're going to run our highest ever AI level for the race. Now, it's raining. I think it's the first time we've had that in the race, if not altogether, so this should be an interesting experience. So we have 3 rain icons, so that's going to be here for a little while. I have put in the fuel that we have based off practice runs, so I reckon we could probably burn some fuel, to be fair, in the wet phase, and we should still not really use much up. Either way, the plan for this one is probably a 1-stop. If the forecast is legit, maybe a intermediate onto the hard could be the way to go, but we'll see what happens with the forecast changing all the time. So normally a 2-stop is the faster option here, so we'll see how it goes, but this is going to be our first taste driving in the wet, so let's find out, let's see what's up, and let's see how we get on.
Current forecast is 5 or 10 more minutes of rain before it dries up. Inters seem like the fastest tyre for now.
Right, that's a pretty quick turnaround, short wet period, so we'll see how it all pans out. For now, we're going to stick with the plan. Here we go. First wet race start. Let's find out and see how it goes. No idea what revs to run or what to do, so we're just going to kind of mess around with the throttle. Not too bad, to be fair. I'm going to try and see if I can sneak on the outside here. We're going to get Kubica, so that's a good start. Let's see if we can try and stay ahead. Oh my god, big moment. First test of the back end. Had Massa there trying to have a look up the inside, and there's been a crash behind. I think Massa went for a bit of a bold dive there. That was a bit audacious. Wasn't really much of a gap there, to be honest. Even though I was a bit out of shape, I had the you know, the corner. So I think Massa may have gone for a spin. He's at the back of the queue now, so we'll see what happens there. Either way, back underway. Let's see if we can try and adapt to these conditions and get comfortable, and we'll see if we can find our groove. For now, it's just about surviving. Like I said, first time I'm driving in the wet with this mod, so this is all new to me, a new experience, and this is all on the highest AR we've run so far, so we'll see if we can float or if we'll sink. For now, I think we're floating. Oh, big run down Kubica. The AI feeling they need to lift, so we get the move. Although the exit lets me down again. Struggling to get the power down and match the AI on corner exit. Kubica down the inside. I'm going to let him have that one. It's a long race. I think we've got some decent pace, so we can definitely work with it. So let's just be patient. I think the race will come to us. I think already I'm starting to find my groove and get a bit quicker than some of these guys. Good exit. I don't really have a lot of curves though, so we'll just try and stay close. Maybe we can get a run through the chicane and get a look into one. Kubica on the brakes pretty early. Again, back end, man. Rear's already going off quite a bit compared to the fronts. First warning there, just took a little bit too much inside curb. Into the chicane we go. That's very good. Exit lets me down again though. I feel like we've got some good pace, I just can't quite show it right now. Nope. I'm starting to struggle now with my rear tyres. You can see now they are pretty knackered. So I'm a little bit slow in traction zones. Just gotta wait, track is starting to dry. Oh, maybe this time. Here we go. I don't have a lot of curves, which might cost us. Kubica moves in the braking zone. We're gonna go through. We get all crossed up. A last minute swerve, but we go through and we get the move done into turn one. Good stuff. Dangerous. Could have been an airplane crash there. Shades of, you know, Perez Massa 2014 in real life. But we're through. Oh, here we go. And Barrichello getting all crossed up on the way through. Barrichello goes around the outside and beats us in the traction battle, and now Kubica trying to get involved. I'm using the slipstream from Barrichello to try and defend. Kubica on the inside, leaving space. It's getting a bit dicey, but we're going to be okay for now. We can stick with it. A little bit crossed up there, but it actually helped us out. Got the run on Barrichello. I'm saving my curves until the end of the straight. Purple sector 3, around the outside of 1. Lovely pass as the rain now starts to officially go away, and it's just, we're driving on a drying track now, so it won't be long until we switch to dryers. Rosberg next. Here we go, closing in. I think we're pretty quick in these conditions. Second warning, which isn't ideal, but we'll take it. It means we get a bit of a run on Rosberg here. Here we go. No moving in the braking zone this time. We get the move done, and we're going to keep the car nice and stable on the turn-in so we don't lose the back end. And we are through into P5. This is looking very good now. Clear track. Let's crack on. Oh, here we go. DRS enabled, of course no DRS, but that is still the telltale sign that it's time for dryers. But no one's pit, interestingly enough.
Check your MFD for a new strategy option. Got that confirmed?
There it is. I think, well, I didn't think we had 2 sets of mediums, but if we do, happy days. I'm already on 60% wear. The icon has flashed up in the bottom right. So Kurz, fully drained. We're going to box.
Pitting this lap then. Come into the pits at the end of this lap.
I'm going to trust the strategy here and go medium. I think it's a bit of a long way to go, and also we seem to have a lot of rear tyre wear. I mean, look at that. We have double the rears to the front, so yeah, a bit of a concern. So we'll go for mediums. Everyone, I think, is going to go for the exact same strategy here, so no surprises.
Luca is in the pits. Luca in the pits.
Great stop, 2.2. Couple of cars stay out of Fisichella there. If we can get ahead of Bourdais, that would be massive. Oh, there's not a lot of grip, I will say. That was a lot more slippery than what I expected, but we're ahead of Bourdais, and that's critical. We're going to be on the back of Fisichella here very soon, but there's not a ton of grip, you know. This isn't super quick. The Inter will still hold on, I think. Okay, so this is a bit awkward. Fisichella's going to box here, so we're going to have to just back off a little bit. Like so. Tyres are starting to just rubber in. Everyone's going purple on their out lap, which is not a surprise. Right. Let's push on then. Let's make this tyre work. Oh, yellow flag. That's in front, so we are going to gain a place. Oh, safety car. Oh, okay.
Some information on Giovinazzi. They've got a serious car issue. It looks like they're retiring.
Okay, interesting. There's, oh my god, double retirement. I think. Oh my god, it's got a time pen for cutting the chicane. That's unbelievable. Anyway, Heidfeld and Button out of the race, I think. There was debris on track. I wonder if maybe Heidfeld crashed into a retiring, slowing Button. That's going to be my guess. But we now have to do this 3-second time penalty as we stand currently in a podium position. Jarno truly leads the way. One thing to note, we are not very quick. I was being caught up and losing time to the leaders. So hopefully this gives a chance for the track to fully dry out. We can hopefully find some pace. Right then, safety car in. I'm looking at my tyre wear. And we still have a long way to go. I might go to a hard tyre in the next stint. I'll see how the tyres hold up. But I think we still have some pretty chronic back-end tyre issues. Anyway, restart time. Let's try and find some pace. We've saved a nice bit of fuel so we can push on here. Truly on the restart. Seb P2. Let's get to work. And let's try it. And hopefully hold on to this P3 somehow. Right, back underway. Use all the curves. And let's push. Let's see how this all goes. Hopefully it's a smooth restart. We can try and hold pace. Well, at the minute, we're holding pace a bit better than in the first phase of this stint before the safety car. Jarno truly is in a different postcode pace-wise, so he's looking very good to win this race. We do have a bit of a gap 2 cars behind, but we are going to drop a few places as it stands with this penalty, so I think this strategy could be key. And the timing and the tyre selection in the next stop. But I'm still trying to figure it out. Tyre wear is a lot more balanced in this stint. I'm also driving a lot better. I'm trying to consciously really manage my rears, and we're doing a much better job. Just trying to think what to do now strategy wise. Okay, truly pits, and so does Sebastian Vettel. I checked my tyres, I've got no fresh softs, which is a small issue. We'll probably pit this lap to be fair. Right then, good lap, only a 10th off my personal best. We've got a decent gap over Rosberg, 1.3. We've pulled away a little bit on this lap. We're now going to switch to another set of mediums. Trying to make sure we maximise the pit entry. There we go. We'll take that. I think I lost a little bit today, but not a whole terrible amount. We need a nice smooth stop now. Hopefully we can push on with the fresh tyres. There goes Truly already. Absolutely cooking. Fast lap on the out lap, which is insane. Back underway. We don't get jumped.
Is coming in for his stop.
Massive moment. Rosberg has gained a little bit. Alright, back underway, and I think it's P2. Something happened to Sebastian Vettel, I think. I'm completely unaware, but okay, now P2, happy days. Truly's long gone, but we're not looking likely to finish in second, but I'll tell you what, we might still be able to get a podium out of this. What I need is that ER to battle. Rosberg, Barrichello, Raikkonen have to get stuck in here. At the minute, Rosberg's putting big pressure on here. On those fresh tyres straight away, out the pits, side by side. Gonna run him out of road there and try and force him back a little bit. Into some Barrichello pressure, hopefully. Just got to bother the storm at this stage. Yeah, the AI are very quick on fresh tyres. Rosberg is putting big pressure on here. I'm trying to also see if I can, indirectly with this lack of pace, maybe back him up into some of the traffic behind. And we're only a 10th up on my personal best. I'm running a little bit marginal on fuel, and that exit might not help us. Trying to be patient here with my curves, and also I'm trying to see if Rosberg has a little look and we can maybe force him defensive and lose him a bit of time. Like so, Rosberg has a look into the chicane, no way through. But yes, a really good exit and keeps with us for now. Going as fast as I can into the 12s, but the pace isn't good enough. We're going to probably drop to like P6, P7. There's a massive gap at the back of this train of cars, so we do have some safe space, but the question is how many positions are we going to lose? Ooh. Getting confident there with the grip. I was trying to throw it through the chicane, but that almost cost us. Another warning. I'm going to take it in my stride. We're starting to get a bit of a gap to Barrichello, so P4 could be on the cards here. So I'm taking every advantage I can get. Tires are starting to go now. Having lots of snaps, which isn't ideal. Got the gap to 2.4, but it's struggling to grow now. This could go down to the wire. Let's see. Hairpin. Trying to keep it tight. Oh, that exit was horrific. Not good at all. Red tires are going. I'm just trying to clear Barrichello, but he's going to really dig out some time down the straight. Truly dominates. We need to send it. Take a warning in the process. Not a great chicane. I think we're going to miss out. So P5, we'll take it.
So another fantastic victory for Haas today. So Anthony, what made the difference out there today?
Well, they played the safety car to absolute perfection. There are so many factors to worry about once the race is neutralised. I mean, do you pit for fresh rubber? Do you have the space behind you? How much fuel can you save? If you answer all of those questions correctly, you'll have a good chance. And that's exactly what happened today.
The quality and fantastic result of the Haas team will have been noticed by everyone else out there today. You can see why everyone's taking them so seriously. These drivers will be hot property by the end of the season.
So job done then in the race. Jarno Trulli with the win and the fastest lap. What a dominant display from him here today, and that is huge for the championship. My time pen lets us down, finishing P5 in the end, but still good pace. Had to defend, had to manage. I wasn't P2, P5 outright pace-wise, but we just had to basically do the best we could. I think the AO was a bit higher, also we lacked a bit of pace around here compared to Monaco, so maybe we got a bit too carried away. But yeah, overall, decent weekend. No points for Paul di Resta. He finishes down in P16, so look at the standings. As you can see, we're still P1, 10 points over Trulli, 22 points over Glock, but those Toyotas are still very hot on our case. We're P4 right now. Braun and Williams are ahead of us. Only a handful of points to be fair. The battle for P2 is red hot and it's wide open. Toyota still have a healthy lead at the top. But yeah, guys, there's your lot. Like, subscribe for today's video if you enjoyed it. Let's try and smash over 1,000 likes. It really does make a difference, guys, if you do leave a like. And yeah, as always, a big shout out to the members for supporting the channel as always. Check out the 2 videos on screen. And yeah, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll see all of you in the next one. Take care, and it's goodbye from me.